It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe.
Hello, my name is Clive from Clive's Five Art, and welcome to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life. Now I'm going to show you a fantastic way to use those old paints up that we've all got in the drawer. All got these colours we've bought over the years, we didn't know what to do with them. But I'm going to show you a fantastic way of actually using them up. Before I do that, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe by using the subscription button, because I upload every Monday at 7:30, and I appreciate a thumbs up on the video. Without further ado, let's get straight on to the panel. There you go. As you can see, this panel, I'm using a 10 by 12 panel for this example. I've already pre-done one of these. Because just to save some time, which I'll go on to at a further stage. But we've got all these colours I found in my drawer. Look, I got a flesh tint, I got some cobalt blue, I got some Winsor blue. As you can see, they're all different manufacturers. I got some Hooker's green, I got some ultramarine blue from Golden. I got Amsterdam Acrylics Expert Seas. That's a black, that's an oxide black. And again, I've got some permanent arisen and crimson. I've got some vermilion hue, and I've also got one of my own make yellow paints. These I make myself and are available on the shop if you want to go along to www.clive5art.co.uk, where you'll see a lot of my products. And I make my own paints. Why? Because I just like the way my paints are made for myself. I make these particularly for myself and my own methods of painting, and I just offer them up to you if you want to pop along. Okay, so putting all those paints aside, we got a lovely canvas panel which I've gessoed. I'm just going to get some H2O or water, and this is going to be sprayed onto the surface of the canvas panel. You can use this on the canvas as well if you wanted to. That's just to help the paint to move about the surface of the canvas. Now let's have a look, let's have a bit of fun. Let's get some vermilion. I don't use a lot of vermilion in the studio, so I thought, well, let's just use this up. And I'm just going to put a couple of spots of vermilion here and there, and there and there, and there and everywhere, like that. Simple as that. Now, if you've never painted before, you can do this. I want you to experiment with paints. You don't even need a paintbrush for this. Once you get used to playing with paints, you're going to have so much fun you won't believe it. And that's what it's all about, is having fun in the studio. Just making it a nice and easy, simple, stress-free process, which is very, very important these days. So we've all got, or we've all tried to use colouring books and things like that, and why not? That's what it's all about. Some of this paint is quite old. That's why I've decided to use it up today. But it's a fun way of experimenting. It's a fun way of getting the kids involved, and you can get some wonderful effects by using this method. I'm going to put some green in, because when this is finished, you can either leave it as is, or you can add something to it, which is what I'm going to do at a later stage. Let's get a little bit of blue in now. Let's get some blue in. There you go. Let's mix it about. There we are. This is an ultramarine blue. I've had this tube stuck in my drawer for years and years and years, so some of this paint is quite old. I'm going to get some flesh tint. I wish I'd never bought this. I've never used it. But we see it on the shelf, don't we? And we think, oh, we'll have a bit of flesh tint. You can see that's separated a bit, so that shows you how old this paint is. But we'll just put a blob of that in there like that, and I think we're going to leave it at that. Maybe I tell you what we will do. Maybe we'll just chuck a little bit of white in. Let's just chuck a little bit of white in. There we are. Don't want a lot of white. Come on. Sometimes it doesn't want to come out. Sometimes it just wants to sleep. And I'm just going to get a little bit of black, because I want to use it up. A little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit there maybe. And that's that. How easy is that? How easy is that? Just throw some paint on the canvas. Now, what I've got here is some wrap-in film. Now, this is sandwich wrap-in film, cling film, stretch wrap, plastic wrap, food wrap, all these other things that it's called around the world. I bought this in Asda Smart Price, and it was only about 60 pence. And when I finish with it, I can go and make some sandwiches and wrap them up. So I've already prepared some of that, because this is quite sticky stuff, as you can see. I've got. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. I've got that there. I'm just going to spray that lightly, with a little bit of water. Not a lot, just a little, and that's just going to help that on the paint. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to lay that straight onto the paint like this. Oh, that's fun. I like this. I like this method. I'm going to cut that with a knife, just to separate it from the roll. And you can see I've got my gloves on today. Because I don't like paint on my hands. Acrylic paint these days is non-toxic, but like I said, I just don't like paint on my hands. Now you can put a ground onto this canvas if you wanted to. If you wanted to paint the canvas in a corresponding colour, if you wanted to, it doesn't have to be white gesso. It could be anything you want. And just spread this paint about. I'll push it about. There we go. There's loads of paint in here. Loads of paint. Take it to the edge. And if you've never done pouring before, that's another method I'm going to be looking at later on. I'm playing around with some pouring mixtures, and that's when you've got a very thin acrylic paint and you just pour it onto the canvas and you get fantastic effects, very similar to what we do in here. So we've got the same effects with less mess, basically. And you just spread that around, and we haven't even picked up a paintbrush. How wonderful is that? How wonderful is that? There, let's get a bit of that around there. And if you want to pick a corner up, maybe there wasn't enough paint there, so let's pick a corner up. Let's just put a bit more yellow. Let's put a bit more yellow there. Maybe I didn't put enough in that corner. This is what you can do. You can play around. You can mix that together. There you go. That's going like a lovely orangey colour. What a fantastic way to get the kids involved. And in the UK at the moment, it's the summer holidays. The kids are off school for 6 weeks, so get some coverage on that kitchen table and get some paints out. You can do this with poster paints as well. Spread it all about. There you go. This will take about 24 hours to dry, and once you've got a wonderful coverage like that, just try and smooth it over. That water is going to help, and you can mix it all up like this if you wanted to. Make some patterns, just using your hands like that, spreading all about, twist it about a bit, just have a bit of fun, just be a bit creative with it. It reminds me of those tie-dye t-shirts and that we used to make in the 80s. Just mix it about a bit like this, being a bit careful not to break the plastic wrap, because that's not what you want to do. I get it nice and smooth then. I think I might have broken plastic wrap. Look. So be careful. And then very lightly just pull off on an angle like this. And then you've got, and discard that into a bin. And then you've got a fantastic multicoloured background. Work of art. There you go. Multicoloured work of art that everybody would be proud of. And you can use that as a background, which is the next thing that I'm going to do with this piece. So have fun. Give it a try, give it a whirl, and see how you get on. So on the second part of this video, I'm going to be turning that, or one of those, into a fantastic work of art that we can add something to. That would be fun. So until then, I'll see you on the next one.
And don't forget to click subscribe.